Good morning and welcome to Coffee and Sports, the morning show on the Wire Network, man. It's been a wild ride for sports, man, over this playoffs, even college football playoffs, man. But some surprise performances from teams in the NFL this year. Gene Stradam has been dropping predictions for people during the playoffs, man. How you doing this morning, Gene, man? Hey, what's going on?
Bro, I'll tell you something right now. I've never been more accurate about a divisional round in my life. Yeah, I feel good. And by the way, my man Puka Nakua winning me fantasy leagues, winning me predictions, bets, love it. Puka.
And in the middle, we got Big Will. How you doing this morning, good brother?
What's up? What's up, guys? How y'all doing today?
Hey man, we just here, man. Want to start off, man. We got a big game tonight. Huge game tonight. College football. Got to decide who their national champion is going to be this year. Indiana Hoosier versus the U, Miami. Fernando Mendoza versus Mr. Carson Beck. Now let me ask you this: what is your predictions of who's going to win this game? And if you think the Miami is going to win this game, do you think Carson's best stock is going to go up? Gene, I'm gonna start with you.
So let's make it very clear. Miami's not winning this football game tonight. I'm gonna make
Just
that
straight
very
like that, huh?
Indiana
They ain't got no
Indiana.
shot.
I think the better two teams that played Indiana already played them. I like Miami. I do. Ruben Bain Jr. is a guy that I think will be an unbelievable force in the NFL. I think that Carson Beck's played well. And listen, we'll give all credit to where credit's due. The U has played well to get here. Indiana is a juggernaut. We're talking about 2019 LSU. We're talking about 2020 Alabama. We're talking about teams that just cannot be stopped with no doubt about it, number one picks. And this is no different. Fernando Mendoza, accurate, insane. The guy has been next level. Las Vegas is going to get a full view on display of what Mr. Mendoza looks like. I honestly, I think it's a very, very nice situation, nice setup.
Will, who you got?
Indiana.
There you.
I want to see Indiana take this. Something different, something new, and I'm down for that. Miami's got enough titles. And one of the best teams ever in college
Do
football.
they know
So I'm going
Miami
Indiana.
ain't been there in a while, man? A long while.
They
I
have
realize that, but when you boast one of the best rosters in college football history, and you've won multiple championships, man, let Indiana get this.
Miami does have the greatest college football team of all time. That's no
Yep.
joke. There's
Yep.
no doubt about that. There's no
Yep.
argument. Argue with your mama.
Yep.
That U team is the best college football team of all time. Zero doubt.
Yep.
So, all right, Gene. Darren, did you see Indiana's coach press conference, man?
Yeah, he's got the same genetics as like a Belichick. He's got the same genetics as a Saban. It's just who he is, man. He's a very he got into a press conference earlier in the year. I don't know if you heard this, but he goes, they asked him about the tradition of Indiana. He goes, I win. Google me. I'm like, oh my God, bro. This dude just got something different about him. Signetti, I wanted Signetti to come to Penn State badly, but listen, the fact that he's in Indiana signing extensions, Indiana just he give him a blank check. Let him stay there forever.
During his last press conference, man, he said, "We got the we've got to have a sharp edge going into this game. You don't go to war with warm milk and cookies." What do you think he mean by that, Gene?
He means hit him hard, man. Let it go. That's exactly what he means.
Will,
This ain't gonna be no soft game. This is gonna be a game.
I'm gonna be some hitting out there.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
There's gonna be some hitting out there.
Yeah.
so yeah, there's no chance y'all think Carson Beck can pull this one off.
No.
Carson Beck is too inconsistent. No.
We've been in a year of upsets and miracles happening, man. But it's been a great college football season, man. I can't wait to watch this game tonight, man. But moving on to divisional round weekend, it's been a lot of OTs and close games happening, man. Only one team got blew out. But let's start with Mr. 3rd and 10 in OT. Josh Allen throws a contested pass that ended up being an INT.
Man.
That was. I want your thoughts on this, Will. Do you think it was a catch or was it an interception?
I thought it was an interception. Because if you look at the rule of the land, you have to complete that particular action, and the action wasn't completed by the receiver. So I thought it was an interception. I feel bad a little bit because this would have been Josh's best year to go to the big game, and he's not going to get there. And I know some people, and I'll say Shannon Sharp, Nightcap, was calling for the coach should be fired over this. I don't know about all that, but you know, I do sort of kind of feel bad for Josh Allen.
NFL Genius, talk to me about it. Catch or INT, man?
I think it's INT, but I definitely feel for. Here's the problem, right? I think it's an interception. I think that's the right rule. If you watch it in full speed, it's definitely an interception. The slowdown speed is what people are arguing, but when you have to survive the ground, and Brandon Cooks was going to the ground, and that ball was dislodged on the ground. He did not survive the ground. It's not a catch. And the part that I guess I want to get off my chest is that's a ball the receiver has to come up with. That's absolutely the winning catch. He makes that catch, they win the game. The interception, they lose the game. It's literally the game was on the line on that catch. I don't blame Josh Allen for that at all. However, there was a lot of blame placed on Lamar Jackson when Zay Flowers dropped the ball at the 1 yard line. There was a lot of blame placed on Lamar Jackson when Mark Andrews dropped the ball in the middle of the field and then dropped a 2-point conversion.
This is true.
I just want people to have the same energy for Josh Allen as they have for Lamar. I didn't have a lot of blame to go around for Lamar after those two games. And I don't have a ton of blame for Josh. But when I hear I feel bad for Josh and Lamar chokes, it's like, this is the same shit.
Yep.
At least Lamar's made it to an AFC championship game. Josh don't even know what they look like.
Yeah, Josh played last year against Mahomes in the AFC, didn't he?
Not in the AFC championship.
Off divisional game.
Oh, did he? Was it? You might be right.
That was division.
Yeah, I was saying. I swore he got to the AFC championship last year and lost to Mahomes.
You're right.
It was a shootout too, but this game Lamar gets a lot of the blame due to the fact that he messes up or it's mistakes made early in the game that ended up, that they say if he lessened those mistakes, they would have had a better shot or pretty much had a comfortable lead on winning teams, which Josh Allen was making a lot of mistakes, and James Cook fumble. It was people with drop-itis and fumble-itis yesterday for them Bills, man. But 2 key penalties put the Broncos in a very reasonable field goal range, man, for the Broncos to get a walk-off game-winning field goal to send them to the AFC championship game. Plot twist, Bo Nix is done for the remainder of the season with an ankle injury. But the final score of that game was 33-30. Overall, Gene, give me your thoughts on this game.
So it's funny you say that, the calls. So the first PI was very, very weak. Shouldn't have been called. However, it was an 18-yard penalty when it got called. There was 2 penalties called on that same play. Mm-hmm. And Joey Bosa is an absolute moron. He got called for a roughing the passer on that same play. It got declined because the PI took precedent. But it wasn't like they weren't going to get a first down and weren't going to gain 15 yards because Joey Bosa's roughing the passer was so obvious that it was embarrassing. And he's a crybaby. And I still have the clip of Joey Bosa in Philadelphia when he was going to watch Nick Bosa play in the NFC Championship game. And the fans are like yelling at Bosa. Like, it's hilarious. You should look it up. He responds like a true meathead. It's really funny. But the second PI, by the letter of the law, it's PI. It's the right call. I hate that they made it. Mm-hmm. You got to let if you're gonna let players play the entire football game, I hate when a game is decided by flag or a call. Because all that happens is we get on here the next day and we discredit that team for winning. I don't know if the Denver Broncos win or lose that game, regardless of the call, but I would like to know. I say the same thing about the 2022 Eagles Super Bowl. I don't know if the Eagles would have won the football game, but that call robbed us of what we would have been able to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then Buffalo, last thing. By the way, don't sleep on Denver. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Buffalo, they need to get Josh Allen some dogs at the wide receiver position. Because Keon Coleman dropped the touchdown. Brandon Cooks fumbled, basically dropped the ball into an interception. He needs an alpha. He needs a dog. He needs a guy that can go up and get the ball, a guy he can trust, and he doesn't have that. Keon Coleman ain't it. Brandon Cooks ain't it. Joshua Palmer ain't it. Khalil Shakir ain't it. There's not.
Will, thoughts on the game?
You can't have those turnovers and expect to win. You just can't. And as much as I feel bad for Josh and the Bills fans, that's self-infliction. You can't have those turnovers and win. That's been the whole theme of all week, turnovers. You can't have those and expect to win. You can't. They could have very easily won this football game, but because Josh was just not worried about or not looking at ball security in any situation, those guys lost. And again, you can't have those turnovers going into this game. You just can't. Every possession counts. And for you to be that careless with the football, you just can't do that. And again, I do feel bad for Bills and Bills fans, but at the end of the day, that's why you lost.
Indeed. But also, I forgot one more thing. There's the unsportsmanlike conduct when Tre'Davious walked up to the ref, was yelling at him, then took his helmet off and threw it. It also shortened the field goal distance.
The game was over at that point, bro.
Yeah, it was done.
The Tre'Davious White thing was emotion.
Done.
And honestly, if I put myself in that same, you look at those Bills after that game. Josh Allen's crying at the podium. Joey Bosa threw his helmet. Tre'Davious White was literally in tears. Like, they wanted that game so badly. They just don't have the dogs. They don't. And what sucks is I wish they would have won that football game because a Jarrett Stidham-led Broncos team playing the Patriots, I just don't see it, bro. I don't.
We getting there, man. So since we hear the NFL genius, Jarrett Stidham getting his first start in 49 days, man. Do you think he can pull off a good game management or put together, because he had somebody in the back tweeting for him, Nick Foles' playoff performance to keep the Broncos alive, man? Do we believe?
No, I have no belief. I've never believed in the Broncos. I still don't believe in the Broncos. I don't think the Broncos can win the Super Bowl with Jarrett Stidham. Do I think they can win a home game versus the Patriots? Maybe, if Drake May falls apart. But I don't think they can win a neutral site Super Bowl versus the Rams or the Seahawks with Jarrett Stidham. I just don't believe it.
Nick Foles believes in him, man.
Yeah, Nick Foles ain't. Jarrett Stidham ain't Nick Foles, bro. Nick Foles was the guy that had 27 touchdowns, 2 interception season for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, man.
Jarrett Stidham never had a 27 touchdown, 2 interception season.
Oh, man.
Man. Okay, maybe.
Will, let's talk about Jarrett Stidham, man. What you think?
He's going to have to pull off his Jeff Hostetler impression. And I just don't think he can do it. That Patriot defense is coming for real.
What about a Ryan Tannehill performance?
I don't think he can even do that. No. Is it? But now, can the defense keep him in the game? Yeah, but I just don't think that offense will generate enough for a win. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Stidham. It's going to be really tough. That's a tough road to hold, and you're going to be under duress and pressure. If your run game don't get going, which I don't think it will, he's in for a long day.
Hey man, I find it bad that y'all ain't giving this brother a chance, man. Henny pulled off a playoff win when Mahomes had to sit down. You know what I mean?
No, Henny pulled off a playoff pass. Let's be very clear about that. It was a fourth quarter. It was third, like he threw a pass.
It was a clutch pass, man.
By the way, you watched CJ Stroud yesterday versus that New England defense.
Ooh.
You watched the way that defense is flying around the football.
Yo, you getting a hit. You getting a hit.
I know, but you're asking if he can pull off a win. I'm trying to tell you.
All right, so let me ask you this: do you think the defense is good enough? Like the what year was that? The Broncos that carried Peyton Manning, who had a god awful season. Do you think that this defense is that good?
No, I think no.
That defense was on a different level than this Broncos defense. This Broncos defense is good, but that Broncos defense was different. That was built different. No,
I don't actually think they're that far off, like defensive wise. I just think that the league has evolved to the point, and especially the teams that they're playing. Right, that Broncos championship team went against Cam Newton, all but one. He was literally you only need one player to play bad in that championship, and it was Cam Newton. That's all you needed to win that football game. They got one player to play bad. This Patriots team, you need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players to play bad. I don't see it.
No Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen. The Bills could not make it to the AFC Championship game again. Let me ask you this, Will. Does this hurt Josh Allen's legacy?
Yeah. I think so, because you couldn't take the opportunity to get. This was pretty much a gift for you to not have to go through those guys, and you couldn't get the job done for whatever reason. So I think that this hurts him to a certain extent.
So real quick, I'm a branch off, man. Sean McDermott just got fired thanks to Key letting us know, man. So what do you think this means for the Bills going forward, Gene?
I mean, I think that they enter the coaching carousel as the number 2 best job available. And a lot of coaches that haven't signed yet are now in a situation to where they can walk into Buffalo, have a franchise quarterback, and rebuild the right way. Sean McDermott's a good coach, but the same thing you see with Tomlin and Harbaugh, you got to win in this league. And if you're not going to win, they're going to find a way to replace you. I think, honestly, it sounds crazy, but I think Brian Daboll should be the person that's brought back. He had the best connection with Josh Allen. I think that's and I know that it doesn't seem like an upgrade, but an upgrade is only as good as the situation that you're walking into. I think Daboll walking in there will have that offense playing great.
Will.
Look at that. I didn't think that. No, zero chance. Zero chance. It's not his style.
Mike McDaniel, boy.
Well, what you think this means for the Bills going forward with they firing their coach?
I still think I agree with Brian Daboll because sometimes when you change coaches, sometimes you need someone familiar with the offense. You need someone familiar with your personnel, and there's a good connection between Allen and Daboll. You still need to make some changes. You still need to get some wide receivers. You can't depend on your tight ends to continue to move the football like that. I call them. I call those boys a law firm, and you can't. And your tight ends, man. As much as I like both of them, those can't be your leading receivers. They can't. But I do like Gene's idea of bringing Daboll back for that connection with Josh Allen.
What about if they ask for Robert Saleh for the Bills?
That'd be terrible. Why would that make sense?
No.
You're going to replace the defensive head coach with a defensive head coach.
That won't fix
anything. The same problems you have on offense.
That won't fix anything.
No, makes no sense.
That wouldn't fix anything.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to have your offensive coordinator for, right?
That wouldn't fix anything.
No.
But anyway, Gene, back to the other question. Yes, sir.
I did have a question for Gene. As much as these coaches are being fired, how come some of these general managers aren't being accountable either?
I mean, there's been a couple of GMs fired too. It's not like it's just coaches. And I think that situations that arise in different organizations, it's a lot tougher to fire your general manager who constructs the roster rather than the coach who is the one that is in charge of putting it on the field. Like, I'll give you an example of the New York Giants. A lot of people said Joe Shane should be fired, right? Joe Shane is effectively drafted Abdul Carter, Cam Scatterbo, Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, traded for Brian Burns. Like, all of those things are his fingerprints. So, like, it's tough to fire that, right? Do you think Cam Scatterbo in the 4th round was a good draft pick?
That was a great pick.
Yeah, it was a good pick. Good pick.
That was a sleeper pick.
Do you think getting Jackson Dart at 22 is a good pick?
Yeah.
Like, so you can't. He's whipped just like anybody else, but that roster construction is based off him. The way he's moved the salary cap is based on him. It's very, very tough to fire the GM because they're the people that run the books.
So, Jane, get back to my original question, man. So, with no Mahomes in the playoffs, no Burrow, and no Lamar Jackson, does this hurt Josh Allen's legacy because he couldn't get it done this year?
I mean, I feel like that it doesn't help it. I feel like his legacy is still what it is, right? It doesn't hurt it. It just doesn't help it, right? He had a potential to really help it, but I'll be honest with you. Do you really give them a chance to go into New England next week and win? Do you really give them a chance to play in the Super Bowl versus Stafford and Nakua or Jackson Smith and Jigba in that Seahawks defense and win? The Bills roster is incomplete. It's just saying it's not a complete roster.
I don't know, man. I usually back in the day, I try to get an edge to senior in the playoffs, man, because they usually got more experience. But because he's going up against a bunch of young quarterbacks on that side, so that's what I was saying. It should have been, the veteran going over the top, putting that fear in the young kid on the other side, like the way Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, like, yeah, they say the other quarterback don't put an impact on, but I think it actually does put an effect on a younger quarterback in the playoffs when you got that type of, like, I think they just had that aura against young quarterbacks, like, yeah, or whispered in the air, whatever Tom Brady them do, they had the other guys shook playing against them, and they wasn't even on the defense side of the ball playing against them. It was just.
Bro, remember Devontae Adams' comments at the press conference last week after the Carolina game?
Remind me.
Matt Stafford walked into the huddle and said they were down points. They were going to drive for the game-winning touchdown. And he goes, let's rip out these people's souls. And Devontae Adams looked over like, God damn. Oh. Yes, sir. Puka Nacua, baby. Listen, Puka Nacua has won me a couple fantasy leagues. He's made me write on a couple stuff. It's the only non-Eagles jersey I'll wear right now.
Moving on, we got the Saints put on an assault. Both sides of the ball, man, beating the Niners 41-6, man. But to be fair, nobody expected the Niners to make it as far as they did, man. But big shout out to Kyle Shanahan, Robert Saleh, and that skeleton crew of a team. I give them a lot of respect for what they did. But thoughts on this game, Will?
This is incredible to me because I've always been saying when it comes to the 49ers, what they've been doing all year is next man up. This shows you to get this far how well coaching matters. But at the end of the day, you just ran into a buzzsaw. You just ran into the juggernaut. And that was a good old-fashioned beating. And the 49ers were down so many players. What could you do?
It wasn't the Saints. I meant to say the Niners.
What could you do at the end of the day? Brock Purdy was out there running for his life against that pass rush. So, 49ers put up a valid fight. But at the end of the day, the Seahawks were the better team.
Indeed, it was by a landslide. Kenneth Walker put on an assault on him, man.
3 touchdowns?
Woo! He was a man possessed in that game. Gene, talk to me about this game, man. How did the Niners buckle in this game?
They didn't buckle. They have no players.
Nope.
They were the worst team by far in the playoffs. The worst team by far in the playoffs in the wild card round. They played an Eagles team that literally pissed down their legs and played like trash. Like, you can give them credit for winning that football game. The Eagles lost that football game. I'm sorry. The Eagles stunk. So, like, when you got – I called this on Wire to Wire. I literally said the score of the game would be 35-6. And everybody's like, God damn. I said, yeah, I think it'll be 35-6. I don't think they're that good. I think they're terrible. I see Seahawks going to run through them like a hot knife through butter. And I was wrong because it was 41-6. I said 35-6 to be disrespectful, and I was wrong. When you're missing a whole all-pro team on your goddamn football team, you can't win sports. It's not real. Like the 49ers were missing Jesus Christ. They're missing Nick Bosa. They're missing Fred Warner. They're missing guys everywhere. Offensive linemen, defensive linemen, secondary players. They're hurt everywhere. CMC is falling apart at the seams. Ricky Pearsall, what was supposed to be your number one wide receiver, basically hasn't played this year. George Kittle. It's crazy.
Oh, Trail said you actually said 56.
No. All right. So you need to listen back. I said 56-3, and I said, all seriousness, I think the game will be like 35-6. Is what I said. I swear to God, you can listen it back. I already listened to it. I'm gonna clip it. I said the game would be 56-3, and then I said, and they all like laughed and I threw back. And I said, all seriousness, I think it'll be like 35-6. It's gonna be a blowout.
Mac Jones wouldn't have mattered.
It wouldn't have mattered. Brock Purdy played incredible this year, bro. It had nothing to do with Brock Purdy.
Nope. Brock played well.
So, NFL James with Robert Saleh leaving for a head coaching job this year, and the starters returning for next year for the Niners. Do you think the Niners can put on a repeat performance of the season or have a better season next year?
I'll go first on this one. I hope to God Robert Saleh gets a head coaching job, because you put that full defense together with Robert Saleh next year and Kyle Shanahan, that's literally the dream team coaching staff. The 49ers will be an absolute lock to win the Super Bowl if they stay healthy next year and they retain both those coaches. God, this is a 49ers team that lost everyone. CMC was hurt. They have draft picks now. They have cap money now. They had nothing this year. They literally revitalized their defense and put a skeleton crew together and made it to the NFC divisional round, missing their best players. I hope Robert Saleh gets a head coaching job, and hopefully it's in the AFC. Keep him far away from my team, bro. Everybody talks about Robert Saleh as the head coach. I thought he was a very good head coach for the Jets. You look at the Jets. I'm serious. You look at the Jets. They were number 2 in total defense the week they fired Robert Saleh. They finished 15th. That same Jets team, that Eagles team that went to the Super Bowl, the Jets beat them in the middle of the season. A lot of people forget that. It was like one of those games the Eagles shouldn't have lost, and they went up to MetLife and lost, and Jalen Hurts threw a pick. Robert Saleh absolutely has the recipe to destroy the Eagles offense.
Yeah, I agree. He had that Jets defense rolling, man. I think it was the top 5 defense while he was there.
That's a joke, by the way, Jay Damien. That's a joke. Brian Flores is being blackballed from the NFL. Sorry, Carmine.
Will, what you think, man? Can the Niners put on a repeat performance of this year without Robert Saleh, or better?
I hope Robert Saleh does leave, because it looks like my Saints are on a resurgence, and I'm sort of kind of there with Gene. We need to keep Robert Saleh away. Go coach the Steelers or something to that effect, because if this team gets together as a whole, this is a very good football team when they're healthy, and they can cause some major damage. Not only during the regular season but the playoffs too. So yeah, I want to see Robert Saleh go far into the AFC.
Let me ask you, do you really think that they would go from Mike Tomlin to Robert Saleh?
I don't know for sure. But it's a head coaching job out there. He can help that defense, get you a good offensive coordinator on the offensive side of the football, get some wide receivers, maybe a couple of pass rushers here and there. We'll see what the Steelers can do.
Moving on. With the Texas defense doing all they can, man, to keep C.J. Stroud and the 27th ranked O-line, couldn't get it done, man. Couldn't produce enough points to beat the Patriots, ending their season in the final score 28-16. Will, I'm gonna start with you, man. Thoughts on the game?
That's a championship winning defense, but it's a doggone shame that the offense can't meet that. If the offense met that defense potency, you might be looking at something. But yeah, CJ played terrible. He played terrible. Granted, he did face a lot of pressure, but still, be responsible for 5 turnovers. Nah, you got to do better than that. And hopefully, during the draft, they'll go out and get some offensive linemen so this young man can come out and maybe rebound from the performance he had the other day.
NFL Genius, thoughts on the game?
So first of all, I'm so glad that people are starting to come around on my favorite player in the NFL. You want to get me a jersey, Cottrell? He said, I got to get you a Shedeur jersey. Get me a Will Anderson Jr. jersey. Anybody in the chat want to buy me a Will Anderson Jr. jersey? I'll send you my address. Private message me. I'm going to say this right now. And I'll get to the Patriots in a second. I made this statement last night in the chat. I'm going to make it in front of every one of y'all now. And I want you to hear it with your ears and listen attentively. When it is all said and done, Will Anderson Jr. will not only be the greatest defensive player to play for the Texans ever. That includes J.J. Watt. He will be a top 5 defensive player in the history of football.
It's a bold statement.
I want to make it very, very clear. He is different. I've seen it since he played at Alabama. Just the way he reads plays. I love watching this dude play football. I've been calling it for years. He's just different. He is what the whole world wanted Micah Parsons to be. And thank you very much for proving me correct, Cottrell. CJ Stroud has been awful since Bobby Slowick left. He's desperate for an offensive mind to help him understand with a bad offensive line. CJ Stroud played terrible yesterday. And he could, and I'll tell you right now, you're going to hear it. And they mentioned it on the broadcast yesterday. He's going to come out with a hand injury today. He played through it. I guarantee it. You could see on the whip on the ball, it just was not there. CJ Stroud is a player. I would have literally benched him in the second half yesterday.
And those are
still in the game.
And those are harsh conditions he was playing in yesterday too. You have to be able to whip that. You have to be able to whip that ball in those conditions, and it looked like he couldn't do it yesterday.
Even with him whipping the ball, and at least 2 of those interceptions came off a receiver's hands.
Yep,
that's fair. But Davis Mills, I would have gave him a chance because CJ Stroud was terrible yesterday. You can't deny that. From the fumbles to the interceptions, a couple of them went off people's hands. That's right. But every ball he threw was high. If you listen to Tom Brady talk, he's not the best announcer in the world, but he gives you absolute gems if you're paying attention. And when you're throwing the ball through cold air, it's all about where the point of the football is. And CJ Stroud's point of the football was up, which allows wind to get underneath that ball and allows it to sail. It was very obvious what was going on yesterday in Houston. And honestly, you got to blame a lot of it on him. That defense is beyond Super Bowl caliber. That defense, that Texan defense, I mean this when I say this. Listen to me. That defense could be better than the 15 Seattle Seahawks. You watch what they do next year. That defense is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the defense is great, man. But if you facing 50% plus on all your dropbacks, man, what are you going to do? Isn't that your coordinator's job to give you a better check down? Or like the Niners do, they don't got a CMC, but they be screening and Brock's serving pressure, right?
Bro, he was 20 for 47 in a game in the snow, and you couldn't run the ball because they were running the ball at a 2-yard clip, 2-yard average per carry yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize how hard it is to run for 2 yards per carry?
I know how hard it is to run for 2 yards a carry.
But
I'm just saying, isn't that your offensive coordinator to adjust for you? If you say he dropped back 40-something times, he's getting pressured on at least 20-something of them, which means you only got 20 attempts to convert throughout this game.
He had 47 passes, Carmine.
He was pressured on at least 26 of them.
What's to adjust at the end of the day, though?
Pressure bust pipes.
I mean, what? You gonna dump it down to Dalton Schultz more? I mean,
no, Schultz was hurt. He was out. He got hurt early. But either way, with for 2 straight years, the Texans go 1-1 in the playoffs, man. Where did the Texans go from here, Gene? How are they going to get over the divisional round hump?
I think that they invest in their offensive line this offseason. I think they invest in a better offensive coordinator. If I were them, I would literally put CJ Stroud and Bobby Slowick. Bobby Slowick is the senior passing game coordinator, who I'm hoping the Eagles hire as an OC. Back in a room, and they throw the bank at him to rehire him. The issues that they had where Slowick and CJ Stroud got into arguments in the locker room in year 2. And then the Texans fired Slowick because he couldn't get along with the quarterback. You look at CJ Stroud's rookie year.
He was cooking.
Bobby Slowick was doing that.
He was cooking.
I would 100% go out and get Bobby Slowick to be our offense coordinator in Philadelphia. If I'm the Texans, I literally throw a blank check at him. And fix the offensive line.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you don't think they need to invest in at least one dog receiver?
They got Nico. Nico's a dog.
Nico was not there yesterday.
You got concussed, bro. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You go head first in that Pittsburgh turf when it's 8 degrees out. You're going to be
I'm
concussed.
already knowing. How cold it is up north, man. Will, what you think, man?
Fix that offensive line, first of all. Draft, free agency, fix that offensive line. Get the weapons I think the weapons are fine for the Texans. For the most part, but fix that offensive line. Please fix that offensive line.
Moving on to one of the big games, Mr. Transcendent Caleb Williams going against the old man, but still a legend, Matthew Stafford. Dogfight of a game, man. In OT, as a lot of the other games did during the divisional round and wild card round. But the Rams get a walk-off field goal. Not to mention I think the Bears was at least on the 5-yard line and couldn't convert on the 4th down. But anyway, they got a walk-off field goal OT, man, to send them to the conference championship. Final score 20-17. Gene, give me your thoughts on the game.
First of all, let me give this man some credit. Control, you in the chat. Listen. You're going to get the credit you deserve. When the whole world was ready to anoint Jaden Daniels as the best quarterback in that class, this man stood steadfast and said Caleb Williams best quarterback in the class. Now you got that quarterback class is turning out to be an absolute gem. Caleb, Jaden, Drake May, like it's incredible. The only bum in that group is JJ McCarthy. Kidding. But
dang, Gene.
Listen, making it very clear, I've called JJ McCarthy being a bust forever. But Caleb Williams and the nickname of the Iceman is going to be the coolest nickname ever. This dude is going to be historic. He's the first Bears quarterback, and Ben Johnson, even though I hate him, is going to be a great coach.
Why are you hating on Ben Johnson like that?
I can't stand him. I think he's a smug prick. If I'm being honest with you.
Oh,
but with that being said, the Bears have a very bright future. People forget how many injuries the Bears had. That team was a skeleton crew on defense, and they played their ass off yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
I think that Caleb Williams has the potential to be one of the best quarterbacks in football. He's a dog. And I got to give him credit where credit's due. Chicago is not gone. They're out of the playoffs this year, but they will be back. With Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, Luther Burden, Roma Dunze, like that, they built up that offensive line. They are literally, and I think that Ben Johnson has shown everybody that he was the real catalyst behind the Detroit Lions. I believe that. So I give control. I always say this statement: when the whole world goes right, go left. And I got to give Cottrell his flowers, because when the whole world was calling Caleb Williams a bust, Cottrell stood steadfast. And Caleb Williams is a dog. And I'll ask you guys this question. Quarterbacks under 25 years old, 28 years old, 27 years old, younger ones. Eliminate the Josh, Lamars, Joes, Patricks. You had the opportunity to start a franchise tomorrow. Who are you picking? You
I, ain't gonna lie, I might go Drake May, yo. Drake
Me
May's
too.
Great one.
I might go Drake
Great
May
one.
myself.
Drake is whoo, but
Yeah, Drake won me some fantasy leagues this year, so I'm on with Drake.
I think Drake May is great. I would start with Caleb Williams. That throw he made in the back of the end zone after dropping back 15 yards, I don't know if I've ever seen – probably 20 yards. I don't know if I've ever seen a better play in my life.
that he has had some incredible third down. I mean, we'll get there. He has some great comebacks this year.
One of the greatest plays I've ever seen in my life, Carmine.
Yeah, he had two of them in the playoffs. One he faded to the ground and threw it in between double coverage and right in a good spot. But
bro, he ran back 25 yards off his back foot and threw a dime to the back of the end zone.
Avoided it like
you
what?
don't think
4
Komet
guys?
pushed him though?
He did push him. That's the whole point of playoff football, Carmine. That was my whole point of the Denver Broncos Bills game. You should not those officials in that game deserve all the credit in the world. They let the game be played on the field. Give me those officials.
Will, thoughts on the game?
I thought that last play that tied it up was amazing by Caleb. I got to eat some crow because I thought he was going to be a bust. I said that on Sports Report several times. I got to eat some crow because he's playing really well and have taken that that team to another level. Maybe get a little bit more defensive talent, but as far as that offense is concerned with Ben Johnson and the crew, I think powerful. Loveland, Komet, DeAndre Swift, Monangai. Gene, you were talking about Monangai at the start of the season, I believe, or how good he was. I just man, they're gonna be back next year and they're gonna make some good teams pay.
Let me ask you this, Will, man. Is it time to put some real respect on Caleb Williams, man? He led the league 6 comeback wins in the fourth quarter this season, man. He excelled on third down in crucial situations, leading the league with the 144 passer rating. Coming up in big clutch situations, man. Is it time to put him among the elites in this league?
I think so. Just by what he's done on the football field, he deserves his flowers. And again, anytime you can make a whole nation of people shut the hell up about how you play and what your attitude as a football player is, you deserve to be up there. You deserve to be up there.
NFL genius.
His nickname is the Iceman. I don't know if you've ever seen a guy that's got better ice in his veins this young, this early in his career.
Dang, Jury. Dang.
Listen, Jory, I've never, honestly, I mean this when I say this. If I were you, Jory, I love you. You're awesome. I would practice positive mental attitude. I swear, negativity about every goddamn player in the league. If they're not a Titan or they're not from Alabama, you just be saying negative shit about everybody. Like, yo, literally, I watched the game. I'm like, these are great defenses. Like, this guy sucks. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. You don't have to like Caleb. Man. I don't know if I like Caleb as a person. But I love the way he plays football.
Yeah.
I get it. Listen, I appreciate that. I'll take that from you, Jordan. I'll take that from you.
I'm not judging him as a player. I mean, as a person, I'm sorry. But as a football player, he's done his job. He's been fantastic for that team. And he's learned Ben Johnson's offense at a quicker rate than what I thought he would. I thought it'd at least take him a season to understand that offense. He got it in year 1. So shout out to Caleb. He's doing his thing.
Where is Mo at when you need him, man? I need to know, is it time to call Caleb the transcendent talent that everybody's been calling him?
I mean, transcendent is a very, very big word that people throw around way too easily.
Wait. Did people not anoint Patrick Mahomes instantly?
No, but hear me out.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, when you say transcendent talent, I 100%. How can you not be on board with that? His talent is there. It's whether or not he takes that talent and puts it together and makes him into an elite quarterback. The talent to be able to go off your back foot and throw the ball 40 yards in the air on a frozen dime in 8-degree weather with Chicago wind, like that's transcendent talent. That is the definition of transcendent talent. It's whether or not he can put the mental and physical pieces together.
I'm sort of kind of the same lines. I need before I call somebody as a player, a transcendent player, I need to see the talent, which we've seen, but I also need to see the results go behind it before I give somebody that title.
That's fair. That's fair. But he's starting to put it together? So what you think? One more year, man? You could put him in if he excels another year. He started going to the company with Action Jackson, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Matthew.
Yeah, I want to see the playoff consistency that he would need to show before I put him in that realm.
That's fair. Let me ask you this, Gene. Is Bo Nix, Drake May, Caleb Williams the beginning? Is this the beginning of their climb into the current or the new behind, 25 and under elite quarterbacks that's coming up?
Can we stop putting Bo Nix in that same category?
You can't put Bo Nix in there?
One of these, you ever remember when you were a kid and they had the song, one of these things just ain't like the other? Like,
I remember,
Bo Nix is one, like, you just literally put like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and like Derrick Rose. Like, it's not the same.
Right.
Like, stop. Like, one had a really good year. The other two are unbelievable players. I think that Drake May and Caleb Williams will be the next wave of great quarterbacks. Sure.
Will, what you think?
I've had issues with Bo Nix. When he first got drafted, I didn't like the pick for Denver. I get they were looking for a quarterback. I understand that part. And he's gone through Peyton's system and played well, but I'm not ready to put him as that guy along with Drake May and Caleb Williams. I'm not ready to do that yet.
NFL genius, man. Rumors have been swirling, man. I seen it on a couple things like Yahoo Sports and some other places that AJ Brown during the season has requested a trade multiple times and it just got ignored. The question is, what will the Eagles do in the offseason with AJ Brown?
Trade him. I've been saying that. June 1st is when you trade him too. I told you guys he was asking for a trade. You could say people ignored it. I'm sorry that I'm Nostradamus when it comes to the NFL. And I don't mean to be right all the time.
Nostradamus.
I don't mean to be right all the time, but I am not always right. I'm kidding. If you guys are listening at home and want to point out some of the things I was wrong about, you're more than welcome to. I'm joking. But the point being is, I've told you this was happening. AJ Brown needs to be on another team. He needs to be out of my locker room. And
hold on. I don't know if I put him in the same category as Rattler. Hold on, man. Hold on, he's better than Rattler. Good Lord.
Well, what you think, man?
I think Bo Nix's ceiling is Brock Purdy right now.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Brock is pretty consistent, man.
Hall of the Very. I think he may end up being in the Hall of the Very Good. I just don't think he'll be elite.
Problem with Brock is if he learns how to throw the ball under pressure, he's gonna be among the other quarterbacks in the league, man. The young guys that's elite. He just folds under when he's getting pressured. That's what his problem is. But Will, let me ask you this: 2-time Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski is heading to Atlanta. What do you think he's going to bring to the team, man? And was this a good coach choice?
I don't like it. I know he's 2-time Coach of the Year. I just don't like the optics with him and Penix. And plus, I don't like Penix's injury history either. I love the move but due to the fact that they have talent. I just don't like the fact that you're taking him, putting him with Penix, and A, he can't stay healthy. B, I don't think Penix is that guy. Maybe Stefanski can coach him up into being that guy, but how many quarterbacks that this guy had and wasn't able to accomplish that? So we'll see what happens, but the Falcons do have talent on both sides of the ball. I just don't know if Stefanski's the guy who can bring it out.
He did well with Nick Chubb, man. Now he got a way better running back.
But how many quarterbacks have you been through, though, Carmike?
I think he's more of a running back guy, to be honest with you, because he
He's
got
a play action guy. And I think with Penix being the quarterback, he's got to be able to develop basically a flip-flop system, a rollout using the left side versus the right. Using a left-handed quarterback, you basically have to flip your entire playbook. But he's a play action guy. And he's a very good coach. I think that he'll do wonders for that offense. I think Bijan goes nuts next year.
Yeah, I believe so too. Because I was looking at Nick Chubb under him, Juckins under him. He looked like he's a run heavy kind of guy, man. But Gene, you think this was a good coaching choice for Atlanta?
100%. And it's also one that I predicted Wednesday night, Wire to Wire Sports Podcast. I did. I predicted this one. I predicted the Giants Harbaugh. You seen the clips?
Speaking of Harbaugh, man, going from Lamar Jackson to Jackson Dart. John Harbaugh is heading into New York to coach the Giants for 5 years, man. What does this pickup do for the Giants and Dart's future? Gene.
Listen, I don't care if it's Lamar Jackson, Jackson Dart, or Jackson Mahomes. Harbaugh ain't winning shit in 5. Look, I'll say this right now. I think John Harbaugh is a good CEO coach. If he doesn't hire a good defensive coordinator, he's going to get exposed in the NFC East. I truly believe that. He's not good on offense. He's not good on defense. He is a CEO type coach that coached a multi-time MVP and a unbelievable defense in the early 2010s. I think he's an overpay. And a lot of coaches don't win Super Bowls in more than one places. I don't actually know how many coaches have won a Super Bowl for more than one team.
Was it? No, it wasn't him. I was about to say. I don't know. It's a very.
I'm looking at it right now.
That's very good, but
no NFL coach in the history of National Football League during the Super Bowl era has won a Super Bowl with 2 different teams. None. 0.
He might be the first, man.
We'll see. Doubt it.
We in a lot of firsts happening. Myles Garrett just broke the Michael Shanahan's record for sacks, man. You never know. But Will, what you think, man? What Harbaugh gonna do for the New York Football Giants?
I like the move because he'll bring some discipline, similar to what Tom Coughlin did back in the day. To the organization, a little bit more stability to what they do. Again, he's got some good weapons there. Malik Neighbors come back healthy. Jackson Dart gonna have to learn to slide, but I think Harbaugh will get him there. So I like the move. Like I say, gives him discipline you haven't seen from a Giants team since Tom Coughlin. So I like the move. And now Gene is correct. If that defense is exposed, particularly in that division, they're going to be suffering. But I think he'll get it together. Some free agents to come through, and because of the coaching hire, and I think they're going to end up being a good team.
Prediction time. We got conference championships coming up next week. So, Will, start with you, man. Patriots, Broncos. Who you got?
I've been sticking with Denver all this year in terms of being a division winner. They got that done, but I think this is where they stop. I just don't trust Stidham at all in this role, going against that defense with the way it's rolling, the way it's moving. Denver has a good defense too, but I just don't trust Jarrett Stidham. I think he's going to put the Broncos in some bad spots, and Patriots defense is going to be able to just feast. So I'm going with the Patriots.
I know Gene going with the Patriots too, but Gene.
Yes.
Go ahead, give your prediction. Give me a score with it too.
1997. 1997. Remember that year?
Right.
It's been almost 30 years since 2 road teams won conference championship games.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Patriots in this game. Do not count out the Broncos, though. Sean Payton will develop an offensive team that plays to Jarrett Stidham's strength. I think they'll be heavy on running the football, controlling the clock, trying to put Drake May in positions to make mistakes. It'll be an absolute chess match, and it'll be a lot closer game than people think it will be. I'll take the Patriots to win the football game, There's no way on God's green earth I'd lay 5.5 with the
Nope.
try play. That's crazy to me.
It's too many points.
Yeah, I think that this will be a very close game, and I think we'll be talking about Jarrett Stidham with a chance to win the game and go to the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter.
I like it. But let me ask you this, Gene.
Yep.
Do you think Sean Payton has bad karma because the simple fact that when he was with the Saints, he got cheated out of 3 straight playoff games, and now he loses his starting quarterback in the playoffs? Do you think Sean Payton has bad juju?
First of all, let me be very clear with you. He deserves all the bad juju he gets. Sean Payton is a scumbag. He's always been a scumbag. He's a bad person. He's a bad human being. I'm telling you right now, look it up. He's a terrible person. You want to talk about one of the masterminds behind Bountygate? I understand Greg Williams was behind that, but Sean Payton was literally paying people to injure players. And we don't talk about that enough. We just don't. And I'll say it right here. I actively root against that scumbag. So all his bad karma, what's crazy? He had like one of the most wholesome people in the world as his quarterback, and people still didn't like him when he was coaching Drew Brees.
Will.
My issue with Sean Payton, I don't know. I haven't researched Sean Payton like that.
That was your coach, man, with Drew.
I don't look at him as a person. I look at him as a coach. Me judging him as a person makes no difference. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad juju. Injuries happen. That's gonna happen in the league. Your star's gonna get hurt, and you have to be able to adjust. And you gotta adjust with Jarrett Stidham. And I don't know if he can, but if he's the coach that gets Jarrett Stidham to a Super Bowl, who says he's not a good coach? But as a person, I haven't researched him to the way Gene has. Now I know Greg Williams is trash, but Peyton, I just look at him as a football coach, and if he can get Jarrett Stidham to the Super Bowl, more power to him.
All right, let me give you a little perspective, a little more context. Sean Payton, who was your coach on the Saints, right?
Mm-hmm.
He started a Bountygate, but him and another coach, right? So that was them actively trying to hurt other NFL players on purpose. After that, he had 3 straight playoff games where it was clear pass interference calls that cost them the game. Y'all Saints ended up losing off that. And now he's still with the Broncos, having a good, successful season. And now, right before the AFC conference game, his quarterback gets hurt. Now, you can't help injuries, but I'm just saying the way things are lining up for him, it looks like bad karma. You don't think so?
I don't look at as karma as a way to win or lose a football game. I look at what players do on the field. And if he can get those players motivated and ready to go, by all means, do your thing. I just don't think he's going to have enough offense in order to get it done.
All right. Next and last, we got Rams Seahawks. Will, give me your prediction.
I'm pulling for the Seahawks. Your boy was technically born in Burien, Washington, so I gotta go with even though I'm a Saints fan, I gotta go with the Seahawks. I like to see Cooper Kupp get a little bit of revenge on the team that released him. Let's go, Cooper Kupp.
NFL genius Gene Stradamus. Give us your prediction.
Rams are going to win this football game. I think that you're going to have a Super Bowl in which they're going to – do you remember the Brady, Mahomes, GOAT, baby GOAT? You're going to have gunslinger, baby gunslinger Super Bowl. Matt Stafford, Drake May, the best Drake May comparable in the league. Or
Darnold.
No, the best Drake May comparable in the league is Matthew Stafford. And I think Matt Stafford versus Drake May is going to be
talking about Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
Yes. I love the Rams.
And you ain't going to give Sam Darnold a chance, man?
No. I'm going to give him a chance. I think that game will be a very good football game. You asked me to predict a winner.
Oh, right.
And I think that the Rams win that game. I think it'll be a little bit lesser scoring than the last one. 24-21. The thicker kicker for the LA Rams walks off again.
Plus, this is the third time these teams have met during the season.
Yeah,
So,
Rams won a
yeah.
real tight one in LA.
Yep.
Seattle
Seahawks won the
major
second.
comeback in Seattle.
Yep. So this is the third time they're meeting. So anything can happen.
Offensive genius guru and Sean McVay, defensive genius guru and Mike McDonald. I mean, this is literally what the NFL playoffs have been absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
yes.
Oh, you're best in a while. Best in a while.
So we looking at Patriots Rams for the Super Bowl. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our time. I appreciate everybody stopping through in the comments, chatting with us, tuning in to Big Will and not Gene Stradamus on our predictions. Gene, you have any closing remarks for our people?
No, just tune into the national championship tonight. Hopefully it's not over by the end of the first half. I love Indiana. Good luck.
And Will, closing remarks and close us out, big dog.
Yes, sir. Don't forget to join us tonight right here on Wire to Wire Network for the Sports Report podcast. Myself, my man Seven, my man Brandon. We're going to bring you everything that goes on in the national championship and also discuss this weekend, both NFL and NBA. So definitely check us out tonight. I just want to say thank you for everybody here at Wire to Wire for checking us out this morning. We do appreciate you guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow.